And here we start things off with another tag team match. Maine State Posse making their debut here in New York Championship Wrestling against the Nachis.
And not making any friends with the Nachis nor the crowd. Double cross on the handshake.
And if you know the Maine State Posse, you would have seen that coming a mile away. Danger Kid and Aiden Aggro in here. Boom! Double European uppercuts off the suicide dive by the Nachis.
Nacci Mafia cutting them off at the pass.
Maine State Posse, one of the most accomplished tag teams in the Northeast independent scene right now. Certainly going to be a huge challenge for the Nachis, but the Nachis have stepped up every single opportunity that they've had so far here at NYCW. And now Danger Kid getting hammered by both members of the Mafia.
Looking to stir the sauce. Dropping the elbows right on top of Danger Kid's head.
Danger Kid kicking out at one. It's worth noting that this is the team of Danger Kid and Aiden Aggro, but Alexander Lee is on the outside, and he is frequently a member of this tag team. All three of these guys work equally well together, so Alexander Lee is certainly going to look to interject himself at some point. Massive delayed suplex by Dan Nacci.
Dan holding him up like he was nothing.
2 count kick out by Danger Kid. Backed into the corner here. Gets the tag in, and it's entirely possible that the MSP might have underestimated the younger Nacci team here, but they are paying for that mistake if that is the case.
Certainly looks that they've underestimated their strength advantage. I mean, the Nachis, I don't know who in NYCW really stacks up size and strength-wise to these guys.
And now here comes in, rolls over, beautiful enziguri into the discus lariat. Excellent speed by these two, and this is where they're going to excel. In that timing, and that teamwork, and that speed. Frankie Nacci just barely kicking out at 2 there. Aggro comes in, cartwheel elbow. Beautiful athleticism. Nacci out at 2 again, shoving Aggro away. As the MSP take control.
Oh, and I thought he was going to drive him into his corner and drives that throat across the bottom rope. Double drop kick, either side of the head.
Squashing him in between the pair of boots of both men. And Frank Nacci has absorbed a large amount of punishment in a very short amount of time.
Absolutely. The Maine State Posse is fast, lightning quick, and putting a beating on Frank and instigating Dan. Referee Ryan Duke trying to keep him to the outside, lock him in that corner.
Suckering in Dan Nacci.
And that's something the Maine State Posse is definitely going to have, is the craftiness, the smarter. Oh, and on the outside, Alexander Lee clubbing the back of Frankie Nacci, and then Aiden Aggro taking some stomps of his own.
For the first time in this match, but dare I say not the last, Alexander Lee interjecting himself as Frank Nacci barely kicking out at 2 again. He is on the precipice of losing this match before it's barely even gotten started because of the efficiency and ruthlessness of the Maine State Posse. Dan Nacci trying to get the crowd behind his brother here. Frankie working his way up to his feet, trying to elbow his way out of this headlock. He does so off the ropes. Eats a super kick.
Super kick.
But gets caught. Huge fall away slam by Frankie Nacci.
Like we've seen so many times. Chucks Danger Kid into his own corner.
And Aiden Aggro with the wherewithal to cut off Dan Nacci and keep Frankie in the ring. Frankie nowhere to go. Aiden Aggro pulling him up, clubbing forearm right between the shoulder blades, right to the base of the neck of Frankie Nacci, now dragging him farther and farther away from his brother and following up with an elbow right to the lower back.
Juke on, Frankie kicks out. Gotta get back to his own corner. Maine State Posse doing a good job of isolating him, keeping him away from the big man Dan.
Now backpack senton, double team move by MSP. Dan gets in, breaks it up at the last second. But the Maine State Posse in control here in this match. without question.
Keeping Frankie grounded, not allowing him to use that upper body strength that he has in spades. Lifting him back to his feet, looking for that double vertical suplex. Frank fights out. Diving. Mainstay Posse cuts him off. Can't reach his bigger brother.
And Frankie does connect with a clothesline on Aiden Agro, but Danger Kid ducked out of the way and managed to hold on to the foot of Frank Nacci.
Keeping him just fingertips away.
Breaks the grip, European uppercut, and in comes Dan. Huge shoulder block, another one. And Dan Nacci running through. Oh my God, massive lung blower. Almost sends Danger Kid flying out of the ring. The rope's the only thing holding him there. Spinning back kick by Aiden Agro.
Dan Nacci's knee to his foot are as big as Danger Kid's entire back.
Danger Kid back into the ring here. Trying for the double suplex on the big man, but unable to get the momentum they need. And reversed by Dan Nacci, double suplex on both members of MSP.
And the tides have turned. Nacci Mafia standing tall here for the time being. Dan's going to keep working on Aiden Agro. Got him around the waist.
Agro reverses, sends him into the ropes. Catches him with a big super kick. Getting his foot way up there to tag the big man. But Dan works into the corner, tags it. Frankie lifts him up, twisted! Nails him!
What air!
Pop-up uppercut by Frank Nacci. And he catches him, European uppercut into the German suplex combination. And that's gotta be it. 1, 2, no!
Danger Kid gets the shoulder up.
Somehow.
2 count. And this match continues.
Gets the shoulder up after that devastating series of offense by the Nacci Mafia.
Dan powers Danger Kid up onto his shoulder.
Danger Kid trying to fight out. Aiden Agro pulls him out the back. Sends Frankie off the apron. Step up, knee right to the face by Danger Kid. Running Yakuza kick by Aiden Agro, draping him across the second rope. Lung blower. Danger Kid on the top rope. Big senton driving Dan Nacci into the knees of Aiden Agro. 1, 2, no! Dan Nacci's got his foot on the ropes.
That long leg, he's got it all the way over at the knee. Breaks up the 3 count.
Aiden Agro, Danger Kid, furious right now. Aiden Agro talking with Alexander Lee on the outside. Frank Nacci still trying to get his bearings in the corner. Agro tagged back in. Shot to the midsection by Dan Nacci, but Aiden Agro fights him off. Pulls him up.
For an exploder suplex. I don't know about this. Big elbows from Dan across the shoulders. Turns Danger Kid inside out.
And now Fireman's Carry. Could be looking to stir the sauce here. Airplane spin. Aiden Agro getting worked up. Nailed with that big boot into the TKO. Lays out Aiden Agro. 1, 2, 3.
And holds up Danger Kid.
And the Nacci's get the win.
What a victory here for the Nacci Mafia. The Maine State Posse are nothing to take lightly. And the Nacci Mafia are able to come away with a big W here tonight.
And you could certainly argue that this is the biggest win of the Nacci's career so far, certainly here in New York Championship Wrestling. The Maine State Posse furious, putting on an absolute clinic of a match. Tag team wrestling has been amazing tonight. And we see that trend continuing. Maine State Posse giving the Naccis all they had, but the Naccis fighting them off, and that has got to put them way high in the rankings for the NYCW tag titles.
I was just thinking the same thing. I mean, this has to look good. If you're the front office, it seems like the Nacci Mafia are undeniably one of the most talented tag teams we have here at NYCW.
And they've proven it again with a win over the Maine State Posse. one of the top teams in the Northeast right now, working in some incredibly high-profile companies, but unable to get the job done against the boys from Buffalo, coming away with the win. And we are going to cap off an evening of incredible tag team action with our first half main event here. The tag team titles on the line. The Stepdads defending against the team of Wayno and Victor Brand. Conspicuous in his absence is the Secretary of Fitness, Dan Terry.
As well as the Secretary of Finance, Sweet Money Montgomery.
So it looks like for the first time in a while, we will see the cabinet in fair 2 versus 2 action here against the best team in NYCW.
Fair play for now.
That is true. Against the best team in NYCW, the Stepdads, and considering what we've seen tonight, to say that these guys are the top of the mountain here is really saying something.
Absolutely. The cabinet, I have to imagine, winning this opportunity after defeating the Nacci Mafia in a street fight a number of months ago.
With shenanigans upon shenanigans upon shenanigans.
To say the least.
But meanwhile, in this action here, in the ring, the Stepdads, Bradley Belmont, trying
series of hip attacks on Victor Brand.
Butt-based offense.
Getting the crowd behind him.
Nails him with another hip attack right to the side of the face.
I could hear that all the way up here. And Victor Brand is looking shook. Secretary of Defense.
Oh, Brand catches him as he tried another running hip attack into the corner.
One too many times. And Brand carries him out of the corner, holds him up, and hits that backdrop.
High angle backdrop there. Dumping Bradley Belmont right on the back of his head. And now the two bigger men getting tagged in here. Wayno and Papa Bear. Although Wayno and Brand very close in size. I think Wayno does have a slight edge, but it's tough to tell. Bradley Belmont, definitely the smaller of the two. And Wade Kruger, the little Papa Bear, the biggest of the bunch.
They're normal size hands, very normal.
And Wade Kruger asking for Wayno to lift his tiny hand into that Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
Normal size hands, if not slightly above average, I'm sure. Test of strength here in the center of the ring.
Yeah.
Wayno's giving it all he's got.
Throws a stomp to the foot.
Wayno coming away, winning the test of strength against Wade Kruger.
That's a generous way of describing that.
I'm sure that's how he would describe it.
I'm sure he would. Foot to the back. Talking to the crowd as Kruger shoves him off.
Wayno, clearly a man of the people as he discusses the match with the crowd as it's happening.
Runs into the shoulder block. Kruger gets out of the way. Another shoulder block doesn't budge. Big Papa Bear. Kruger stops and pulls down the hat. Nails him in the face. Big right hand. And Wayno staying on brand, but unfortunately that hat leading him right into the fist. And now across the knee of Big Papa Bear.
And Victor Brand putting his ass on the line.
Sacrificing his own butt for Wayno, for the Chief. And now Wayno fighting back. Sending Riley right into a huge spear by Brand.
Great assisted spear there. Brand cutting Bradley Belmont in half.
Kruger on the outside.
The cabinet is in control here.
Sending Bradley Belmont into the top turnbuckle. Shot to the face. Wayno saying that he's got it under control now. Thank you. Taking the credit.
I mean, that's what a Secretary of Defense is for.
Absolutely. Brand taking Wayno taking the credit from all of Brand's hard work there. Nothing unusual with that. Wayno now raking the face of Bradley Belmont across that top rope.
Drags him into the neutral corner.
Knee across the back.
Using that 5 count as liberally as you could.
Shot right to the face.
Keeping Bradley Belmont grounded. back into the cabinet's corner.
Both members of the cabinet now ringing through the arms and driving Bradley Belmont face first right into the canvas.
That's gotta hurt. That'll dislocate his shoulder in no time.
Absolutely. Leg drop by Victor Brand right across the throat of the Rad Dad. Belmont kicking out at 2. And he's got the chin lock on. Belmont
Gonna look to wear him out here. Especially keeping him out of his own corner, not allowing Papa Bear into this match.
shots to the midsection by Belmont. Brand grabbing the hair and just dragging him, pulling him right down across the mat, back of his head, hitting the canvas there. And now he drags Belmont into the corner.
Drags him like he's nothing. Victor Brand is no slouch when it comes to strength.
Absolutely not, but Wayno, now that Belmont is at a bad spot, more than happy to pick the bones.
I mean, are you saying that this is collusion?
Yeah, it could be, definitely, between these two men right now. Working together well as a team, but Belmont fighting out. Chops and punches, working his way. Irish whip, reversed, then Wayno pulling him back into the corner, flipping him over onto the apron.
Oh, and a big forearm to Victor Brand.
And Belmont goes up to the top now.
Wayno holding the referee in place, pulling him into the path of Bradley Belmont. Victor Brand.
Oh my God,
cleaning
Brand
up.
just leveling Bradley Belmont with that clothesline. Dear God. He pulls him to his feet, feeds him in. Double axe handle into a backbreaker.
And this is some great double team by the cabinet.
Belmont's in a lot of trouble. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
They're calling for a new ref, and
Look who it is.
in comes.
Look at the hustle. As he slides in. One, no, please not. No, thank God. I don't know how referee Chris is still employed here, but nonetheless, he almost stole the tag team titles from the Stepdads after the very fast 2 count. Somehow Radley does get his shoulder up.
They needed a new referee in this match. Chris was the first one able to make it out here. I see no collusion, no obstruction.
And now Chris asking Belmont if he submits. I'm surprised he's just not calling for the bell right out of spite. Now he's going down for another count. And Wayno saying he wants to do it, and he's going to pin him. Ref's down 1, 2, and Belmont kicks out again at 2. That one not quite as fast. I'm surprised. Maybe they thought that they had him down for good.
Wade Kruger still staggered on the outside, trying to get to his feet in his own corner. Meanwhile, Bradley Belmont is really getting picked apart here. And you said it, I'm surprised that Chris isn't calling this one in favor of the cabinet as far as ending the match and awarding them the titles.
I think Chris knows that perhaps that maybe that would be the last straw here with the board of directors, and that would be the end of his career. I don't know how he still has a job here at all, but I guess he's just not willing to go quite that far. Brand getting tagged back in, nailing Kruger.
Bureaucracy moves slow. Victor Brand into the corner, and Wayno crawls to the outside. He's got that golf club. Chris doing nothing about it, but Belmont ducks it. In comes Wade Kruger.
Back elbows into the corner now. Comes across. Clothesline by Kruger. And Chris getting in the way. Waits the legal man.
He didn't see the tag. Oh, and the cabinet going high and low, taking out the knee.
And then clubbing forearm to the back by
Wade
Wayno.
Kruger's not the legal man.
What the hell? Chris with the slowest count I've seen. I don't know what the hell is going on here. He's saying that they're the winner. What is going on? He didn't even count 3.
He didn't even call for the bell.
So he comes in, tries for a double stunner, but
Cabinet throws him off.
thrown off. And now Fran pummeling away on Kruger as Wayno sets up. Belmont in the corner's got the golf club. What's he going for here? Oh God, no. Lining up his shot. Don't do it, Wayno. Thank God.
Oh!
Kruger shoves him up.
Victor Brand catches him out, gets caught on the backswing.
And Tim, the referee, pulls Chris out. Says, I'm the legal referee. Shoves him into the guardrail. Discus punch right to the back of the head of Wayno in the confusion.
And referee Tim McCool is having none of it.
Knees him, pulls him up. Samoan driver by Papa Bear. Parent trap, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Thankfully, the Stepdads retain your NYCW Tag Team Championships. And wait a minute, what do we have here? Killer Instinct ringside. Pulling Bradley Belmont out. Throwing him into the guardrail. Wade Kruger doesn't even see him yet. And they've got the tag titles.
They're grabbing those belts. We've heard Mike Skyro say it enough times.
And
he levels Wade Kruger.
And Killer Instinct nailing Bradley Belmont, making a statement here, believing that they are the rightful claimants to those titles.
It's hard to disagree.
Well, we had the
with their
Naccis with the
claim.
win over the MSP, but Killer Instinct did have a big win themselves over Father Derek and Brute Van Slyke, so.
And it looks like they're going to walk with these
stealing
belts.
them. They are absconding with the NYCW Tag Team
They're
Championships.
tired of waiting, and they're deciding that they are taking those NYCW Tag Championships.
And the Stepdads retain, but they do not have the belts. They are being made off with by Killer Instinct right now. So the Stepdads vanquishing one foe when another immediately takes their place. No rest for the Stepdads.
Such is life at the top. Heavy is the crown that the Stepdads. Wade Kruger's making a run.
He's going to look to try and cut them off at the entranceway, not even going up through the... Belmont's got a chair. What's going on here? And we can't see what's going on, but some of the crowd is following them out. And we're stuck here at the announce table. And we're going to go to intermission, but there might be some brawling going on outside. We'll be back after this intermission, folks.
Hopefully with some news.
We'll see you then. And we're starting out the second half with a six-pack challenge here. Six-way action between the great Nuka, Alexander Lee, Kirby Wackerman, Conan Lycan, and newcomers Jordan Falco and Frank Jager. Alexander Lee, a newcomer here to NYCW as well, but he did make his presence known in the tag team match between the MSP and the Nachis. And Alexander Lee nailing Nuka in the side with a big knee, following it up with the European uppercut. Nuka pulls him into a headlock, rolls around, beautiful.
And there's that speed that we've come to expect from the great Nuka.
Absolutely, just rolling around on Alexander Lee. Lee making his way up to his feet. Top wrist lock by Alexander Lee. Nuka rolling through. Beautiful escape by Nuka. Snap arm drag. And another.
Pretty evenly matched. Conan Lycan thinking about stepping in. And in he comes. Biggest man in this contest. Great Nuka flips out. Manages to get back to his feet quick.
Picks him up. Big deep six by Conan Lycan. And this is under Lucha Libre rules. So Conan Lycan is the legal man. Bobby Bates screaming in our ear. We have the family of freaks all on our right side. Kirby Wackerman in. Big headbutt on Conan Lycan. He's got him up. Big body slam.
He continues to lay it in with that indestructible head to the shoulder. Lycan rolls out of the ring.
And now Jager in. Frank Jager rolls through. Holds on to the German suplex.
Rolls again.
Tries for a third.
Got that
here.
waist control there.
Beautiful wrestling here by Frank Jager. High angle pin.
In comes Jordan Falco. The future here.
Casually breaking it up.
Jordan Falco, the young vet.
Vertical suplex now.
Only 23 years old. He's got 6 years in the business. He knows a thing or two between those ropes. He snaps the hips again, looking for a third vertical suplex. Frank Jager blocks, pushes him off.
Ducks underneath. Falco has him in a front face lock. Trying to go for that third suplex, complete the trio.
He's holding him up, delayed vertical suplex.
And Falco has such a nonchalant attitude about everything. He complained about the walk down to the ring, but he certainly could go in that ring. In comes Lee.
Second generation superstar, 6 years of experience.
Big sit out choke bomb by Lee. Falco kicks out at 2 and Lee's in there all by himself. Next man in is the legal man.
Nuka and Kirby stirring, fighting on the outside.
Nuka and Kirby going at it now. Conan Lycan, the only one not involved in a brawl, is Falco and Jager getting into it with Kirby and Nuka as well. Lee going up to the top rope. Could be looking for something big here on all 4 men. Bombs away! And Nuka, Wackerman, Jager, and Falco all getting taken out by Lee. Lycan out of the line of fire.
Nuka managing to get back up onto the apron. Looks like he just caught a glancing blow.
Looks like he might be setting up something off the apron now himself, or off the ropes. Springboard, beautiful corkscrew plunge into the outside.
And I couldn't see who it was, but it looked like one of the recipients ate the feet to the face with Conan Lycan. Deep 6 on Kirby Wackerman. Kirby kicks out at 2. Action's almost too fast to call here. 6 men.
And Lee slides in now. He decides to go after Conan Lycan. Surprising that he's going for the big man as opposed to the one who was already down. Wackerman retreating. Irish whip into the corner, Lycan up on the second rope, climbs to the top rope now. Goes for a moonsault.
Alexander Lee just moved out of the way
I don't think
from
Lee
the start.
was ever there to begin with. Lycan just committing to something and It did not pay off.
Hey, that's that no-look moonsault, you know?
Impressive athleticism, certainly. Now he's got Wackerman up. Powerbomb position. Sit-out powerbomb by Conan Lycan.
Almost through the ring, the power on this guy. He misses the moonsault. He pops back up and hits something like that.
Yeah, like nothing ever happened.
That is a gas tank on this kid.
Now Nuka and Falco with a shot through the ropes to Conan Lycan. As Nuka throws some kicks right to the chest. Flips off of Conan Lycan. Body attack in the corner.
Conan stumbles out.
Oh, God! Nails him with that spinning heel kick right to the face.
Alexander Lee in to capitalize on Nuka, who's slow to get up after knocking down Lycan. And I breathe a sigh of relief as Bobby Bates has left our side.
Yeah, he's sitting in the seats, but the rest of the family of freaks have taken their leave. Bobby's still watching. Super kick!
Falco putting his boot through the face of Alexander Lee.
Absolutely leveled him.
Getting some momentum. Throwing that forearm in the corner.
Trying again, but Lee follows him, hits him with a back elbow.
Falco follows him for another forearm.
And Falco's going to try again here, but no, he turns around. Lee tries to clothesline. Falco ducks under, off the ropes, reversal. Jumping knee right to the face by Jordan Falco.
Kirby Stern on the outside. Falco's waving him in.
That's odd. And Falco going to use an assist here. Oh my God, throws that indestructible skull around, using it like a weapon.
Kirby Wackerman, that indestructible skull, is laying everybody out.
And now Falco tries for the kick. Kirby ducks underneath it, hits it with one of his own.
Falco gets his own headbutt for his troubles. In comes Frank Jager, got him around the waist.
Wackerman blocks it, keeps those hips low. Doesn't let him pull him over. Back elbow.
Elbows out of it.
Comes around. Sets him up. Pump handle drop.
Calls that the pressure drop.
And that's the end of the match. Kirby Wackerman gets the win. An impressive victory over a very Game 5 opponent. And Wackerman, with an impressive performance that could send him up the rankings for both the heavyweight division and the division for the Heritage Championship. And Wackerman trips the referee, who refused to raise his hand.
Wackerman's all fun and games, but he can get it done in that ring.
Wait. Referee has got the microphone. He's quitting. A ref just grabbed the mic and...
Referee Ryan Duke throwing his shirt on the ground, saying he quits. And he's storming to the back, but Kirby Wackerman couldn't care less.
I don't think this crowd could care less either.
He got the W, and that's what matters.
Celebrating with our new women's champion, Corinne Mink.
I'll show you a real hot dog. Come on. That's okay. That last match was a cluster. I missed like the first few entries. I'm like, oh,
are going to get things underway here for our New York Championship Wrestling Heavyweight title match. Champion High Voltage Omar taking on the challenger, the man to hand him his first loss here at NYCW, Firework Foxx Vinyer. And we'll see if Foxx can repeat that success or if Omar can get that loss off his back.
And we saw Omar use every trick in the book to capture the NYCW Heavyweight Championship in that four-way elimination match at the end of Grand Prix, using an entire body double to fool Foxx Vinyer and to come away with the W and the championship.
Beautiful headlock takeover there by Vinyer. Omar down on the canvas, working his way up to his feet. Vinyer still holding on. Omar shoves him off into the ropes. Foxx Vinyer way up. Beautiful arm drag over. And another hip toss there. Side kick right to the gut, doubling over Omar. And Omar firing back with one of his own. Irish whip into the corner, reversed. Vinyer sends him in. Big clothesline, goes through onto the apron. Nice athleticism. And
a bit of a misstep there by Vinyer. Omar's going to look to capitalize on that.
Certainly. Vinyer trying to move as quick as he could, but getting slipped up. These ropes are a little bit more slack than a lot of these wrestlers are used to, just with the type of material they're made from, and that tripped up Fireworks Foxx Vinyer. And now Omar's going to work on the midsection of Foxx.
Really laying those shoulders in. Omar shoots him across.
Handspring back elbow, beautifully executed by the champion. He goes up to the second rope, decides against it. Back break.
Clubbing blow to the
back.
I have to give it to Omar, thinking twice on that high-risk move. Just going for down and dirty, keeping the pressure on. Now he's leveling some shots on Foxx Vinyer.
Taking at the eyes now of Vinyer.
Some high-voltage Freddie Blassie for you.
Boot to the midsection by Omar. Vinyer reverses, sends him to the outside. Dumps him out.
Fireworks looking to fly. Omar with a big kick right to the mush.
I think it was a European uppercut, actually, that he nailed him with. Either way, Vinyer getting absolutely laid out.
Dragging Vinyer across that top rope. Dragging his face.
High voltage Omar continuing the dirty tactics. Choking, biting, maybe both to Foxx Vinyer in the corner. Using every dirty trick in the book that he can. Irish whip. Vinyer out of the corner. Omar sends him to the other side. Vinyer staggers out. He sends him in with another Irish whip.
Third whip, this one taking Foxx off his feet. Oh, but Omar gets turned inside out with that clothesline.
Vinyer nailing him with a big clothesline out of the corner, gets to his feet. Omar trying to back off, nowhere to go. European uppercut, follows through, forearm right to the face. Irish whip into the corner, hard. Omar down on the canvas as Firework gets fired up.
Peeling off that elbow pad.
Vinyer charges him in the corner. Omar lifts him up, drops him across the top turnbuckle. Leg lariat.
And these two men have wrestled each other multiple times here in NYCW alone. They're well acquainted.
Extremely. And High Voltage Omar knew what was coming and was able to cut it off.
Omar's got that chin lock.
grinding away on the face of Foxx Vinyer, is the NYCW champion.
Just ground him down flat to the mat. It's the last place you want to be in a hold like this. On your belly.
Firework manages to power up to his feet. Still got him doubled over, but he's fighting his way out. Omar clubs him to the back and nails him in the face with a huge forearm. Irish whip into the ropes. Vinyer ducks under, hits the opposite. Omar ducks now. Hip toss into a neck breaker. Beautifully executed by the champion.
What precision to catch that neck breaker in midair.
We're hooking up for a vertical suplex here. Vinyer blocks it. Fireman's carry. Omar rakes the eyes.
As he goes over. Hooks him up for a vertical suplex. Hits it. Rolls the hips.
Holds on, goes for a second one, connects. Picks him up.
Looking for the hat trick here.
Number 3, no. Slingshot into a jackhammer. Beautifully executed, 1, 2. Firework Foxx Vinyer kicking out at 2, just barely.
After a lot of hard hitting offense here, HBO is going to argue with the ref over 2 and 3.
Never really see a ref reverse a pinfall, so I don't think he's going to succeed here.
Not in my long history of watching this sport.
He's hammering away now on Vinyer. Distracted briefly, but staying on task. Lays in a boot right to the side of Firework Foxx Vinyer. And now hammering at him with those closed fists, the referee warning him. Omar pulling down the straps, getting ready to go up to the top.
Perched on that top turnbuckle.
Could be going for the frog splash here. Tries, Vinny gets out of the way. Omar laid out.
Trying to shake it off. He's back to his feet. Foxx with the clothesline to take advantage. Another one. Hammering him back down to the mat.
Omar gets back up, tries to throw a shot, but Vinyer blocks it and fires back with one of his own. Chop, Irish whip into the ropes. Omar ducks under, jumps over Firework Foxx Vinyer, back off the rope, power slam by Foxx Vinyer. 1, 2. Omar just barely kicking out at 2.
We've seen some big flurries of offense in this match. Both men really leaving it all in the ring here.
You can tell Vinyer is frustrated, wondering what he has to do to put the champ away. Looks like he's kicking him in the stomach, trying to set up for a stunner here. Omar shrugs him off.
Looking like he's
maybe going for a rock bottom or something. Fireman's carry now. Omar out the
back. Rolls through. Rolls him under. Got one hooked. Foxx out the back. Double clothesline. Like I said earlier, these men know each other in and out.
Absolutely.
And neither man able to get the advantage in that exchange, and they both come away from it on the mat.
And it seemed like both men were going for more unorthodox offense, thinking maybe I can switch it up, but then they both cut each other off from those.
A great battle of reverses.
And now the referee counting them both down. Omar would win in the event of a double count out here. And Omar just nailed.
Gets the first shot at Foxx.
Huge shot.
Foxx fires back.
And these two are just trading blows right in the center of the ring.
Really slugging it out.
Headbutt by Vinyer. And now they're just gripping the back of the neck and going at it, both into the ropes, both another double clothesline. So evenly matched these two are. We're seeing it time and time again.
Omar really finding Foxx Vinyer to be his toughest opponent in NYCW, just difficult to put away.
Certainly
These
seems
two
like
men
it.
stack up so evenly, like perfect foils of each other.
Both men groggily to their feet. Vinyer blocks the shot, fires back, right hand. Irish whip reversed by Omar. Vinyer into the corner. Vinyer up. Back elbow by Foxx. Onto Foxx by Omar. Clothesline ducks. Fisherman hook. Got him over. Fisherman suplex by Firework Foxx Vinyer.
Foxx is crawling for that cover.
1, 2. No! Omar just getting out at 2.
Half second away from a new NYCW heavyweight champion here.
And Vinyer can't believe it, shaking his head. This can't be right. Throws his elbow pad in frustration, starting to pull off the wrist tape. Somehow Omar's still in this fight. Both men have given each other everything they've got. But Vinyer looking to end it here. Pulls him up, gets him in the air.
On the shoulders. Omar kicking off the ropes, able to break free.
Nails Vinyer with a super kick. Hooks him with that Clover Clutch, picks him up, shock drop.
Center of the ring, this got to be it. There it is.
And Vinyer valiantly fighting, but could not overcome the NYCW champion, and High Voltage Omar retains his title. Great action by both men. Vinyer taking Omar to the absolute limit, but he could not get him over the edge. And High Voltage Omar celebrates with his NYCW title in the center of the ring.